Carmen Sandiego's season finale was incredible. So I binge watched all of season 4 on the night that it got released, or day, I guess, and I got really emotional because it was utterly fantastic. So I'm going to go over my favorite parts of each episode now. Before we continue, I just want to say that I'm probably going to spoil literally everything, so watch the damn show and get all caught up before you watch this video, alright? Starting off very strong with the first episode. I really liked Lady Dokuso's abilities with her toxins and whatnot. Thought they were very cool, and I'm glad we got a little bit more of her before the season ended. The way that they used makeup was really clever, so props to the writing team. As for the action in the show, just in general, really kick-ass. They always know just how to build suspense and give just enough information to the audience to keep things interesting. I feel like there aren't enough shows that get that right, but this one always does. Now, episode 2, The Big Bad Ivy Caper. This was actually my least favorite episode, apart from the little scenes with Player where he's at school and they tease his name, and Player introduces himself, and the teacher's all like, "Not your gamer tag, use your real name."
Hi, my friends call me Player.
Your real name, not your gamer tag?
Oh, right, sorry.
There's just something about middle-aged people saying gamer tag, something special. We later find out that his last name's Bouchard, so that's fun. But anyway, this episode was still really solid. I'm just personally not crazy about corniness in shows, which is why I don't really like this one as much. But to be fair, Ivy looked fantastic. It was great seeing her bond with Carmen as an individual instead of with her brother all the time. And watching Shadow-san get gradually more pissed at Zack until literally knocking him out was a fat mood, so there's that. Episode 3, The Robocaper. This was certainly an interesting episode. I was more focused on Graham's story arc than the fancy robo stuff on this episode. It was kind of fascinating seeing him waver between his instincts as a thief and the life he knows as his own now. He looked so scared and confused between each flashback. It was... ugh, poor thing. But even then, a major thing I like about Acme's involvement in the series is just, even though their alignment is totally lawful good, they still conflict with both Team Red and Vile, making them waver between this weird obstacle or antagonist and being an ally to the gang. All the miscommunication and seeing them try to figure out what's going on with only pieces of the full picture is both frustrating and intriguing to watch. Episode 4, The Himalayan Rescue Caper. Well, this was intriguing to say the least. I must admit, pretty much every single time there's a flashback in a character's memory, I get this rush of nostalgia, remembering how I felt watching the origin episodes of Season 1, wondering where this story would go next. Graham getting the whole truth was something. I don't know what it was, but it made me feel things. I kinda like that they clarified the fact that he's not for what Carmen's doing, but he doesn't really like being with Vile either. We see that he cares for Carmen as a person, but also doesn't want to live in ignorant bliss, which makes the most sense for his characters. As for the whole Player thing in this episode, I really like the reference to the height difference where Zack or Ivy says that Player looks shorter than they thought, and later Player says that Carmen looks a little taller than he expected. Flub. It was a cute touch though, I really liked that. Episode 5, The Vile History Caper. So we get lore to the series and my girl Jules is back? Hell yeah. I really love the interactions between Player and Julia, and that was an interesting dynamic that I'm really glad exists. Also, I don't know if this was just me, but, the relationship between Maelstrom and Coach Brunt in this episode made me really uncomfortable. I don't know if it was just the delivery of their lines or something, because of the pet names and whatnot, but I have imagined things that I did not want to imagine, and I have to live with that now. Thanks a lot, Maelstrom. Episode 6, The Egyptian Decryption Caper. First off, hate me all you want, but Countess Cleo looks fine as hell in this episode, and her outfit is immaculate. I still hate her, but then I remember that her voice actor voiced Nana Pizza from Steven Universe, and everything's suddenly fine again. It's also a nice touch that since Agent Devino lost Julia once, he appreciates her a lot more now. He used to take her presence for granted, but from this point forward, in place of their usual bickering, or rather in place of Devino belittling Julia, he encourages her, and we see them care for each other a lot more. It's more mutual from here on out. They're also an utterly adorable duo, and I ship them to no end. I like that this show, though meant for kids, alludes to more mature themes, and I like that the gravity of some scenes in Season 4 as a whole. Thinking about the stuff that happened with Chief and Carmen's father, it's good stuff. Episode 7, The Viennese Waltz Caper. So in this episode, following the abduction of Carmen by Vile, she is finally reprogrammed into the thief that the Vile faculty always wanted her to be. They've suppressed her empathy entirely and rewritten her backstory. She's brazen and psychotic in this episode, completely cool-headed and somehow perfectly careless. And when I say psychotic, I'm not exaggerating. She's charming and manipulative, yes, but she kind of already was, or at least had those capabilities and tendencies that one might associate with psychopathy. However, normal Carmen still had a conscience, and though chaotic good, she's still good. Our dark red Carm, on the other hand, well, seeing her kick one of her dearest friends off of a high place without batting an eye was chilling to say the least. Watching Vile manipulate Carmen's mind and trust their work so pridefully as to make Carmen a faculty member soon after turning her into the dark side is certainly something to behold. Episode 8, The Dark Red Caper. The final episode, it all happened so fast. I really liked the lore about Carmen's mother. It was really horrible having to watch Carm zap Graham with his own weapon, and seeing her panic when she snaps out of her delusion, believing she had killed one of her first friends. Thank goodness that Graham's actually fine. I would have totally raged if he wasn't, but anyways, right, the ending. I love seeing Zack and Ivy work at Acme. I wish there had been a little bit more closure in general. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm fine with open-ended endings, but I gotta admit, I'm kind of bummed that there wasn't at least a scene implying that Carmen and Graham interacted again, or just some momentary implication that she knows he's okay. It just felt like something was missing. Also, we never actually meet Carmen's mother, which bums me out a little, but I feel like it's better that way. None of these things that I'm suggesting are really necessary, but I feel like it would have made it a little better if they spaced out the evil Carmen plot and the resolution, maybe having 9 episodes instead of 8. I just want to know more. I personally tend to love when everything is wrapped up in a perfect bow, which is funny because all of my favorite stories and works of art simply aren't. Overall, the ending was perfectly bittersweet. I'm sad that the series was over. I want a spin-off or comics or something, but if not, I can't wait to see what these amazing artists and writers create next. Damn, I'm gonna miss this show. Well, that was the video. I think I'm supposed to tell you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. I think that's it, or share, or something. This video didn't really need to exist. Someone's probably going to do a better review than this, but, here's mine. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna sleep now. Good night, good morning, wherever you are. God bless you. Goodbye.